On the previous video, we left off on question number 35. So we are going to pick up where we left off, moving on to question number 36. In this video, we're going to be going over the next 10 questions, which is question 35 through 45. So let's go ahead and get started with number 36. It says, over 8 days, the school book fair sold 2,610 books. How many books were sold on average each day? We have the word each in the question again. We already know that the word each in the question means division. Additionally, we have the word average. Average also means to divide because you're putting things into equal groups. Another word there that means division. So we need to find the total, which is the 2,610 books, and they are going to be put into equal groups of 8. 2,610. It's going to be divided by 8. 8 times nothing gives me 2. Sister subtract. Brother bring down the 6. 8 times 3 is 24. Sister subtract. Brother bring down the 1. 8 times 2, 16. Can't subtract from the 1. I borrow from the 2. It becomes a 1. That becomes an 11. 5, 0. Bring down the 0. 8 times 6, 48. Sister subtract. Can't. Borrow 2, 0. And if you look at your answer choices, we don't have any remainders. Because we don't have any remainders, what we need to do here is we need to continue dividing until there's nothing left. And to do that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to need to annex a decimal, and then annex a 0, and bring it down. Eight times what gives me closest to 20, and the answer is 2, which is 16. Sister subtract. And then I can't have any remainder, so I need to annex another 0 and bring it down. 8 times 5 gives me 40. Sister subtract, and now I have nothing left. And because I have nothing left, I don't need to annex any more zeros. I am done. My answer is 326 and 25 hundredths. 326 and 25 hundredths. Letter F. Why did I divide in this problem? Because we have the word each in the question, and because we have the word average. Both of those problems mean division. Moving on to problem number 37. Anna was offered a job with a salary of $6,500 a month. When she received her first paycheck, the amount was $5,460. Based on this information, which statement might explain the reason for the difference between the $6,500 salary and the $5,460 paycheck? It says here, well, first of all, if that is what she was supposed to get paid, that is how much she earned, that would be her gross income. But what she actually got was the $5,460. This is after they took away taxes and deductions, because remember, whatever you earn at your job, you don't get to take the whole thing home. You need to pay your taxes. So this is after taxes, so this is your net. It says her gross income was $6,500, but she received only $5,460 because her apartment rent was deducted. Well, there was a deduction, but it's not apartment. Your apartment, you have to pay it separately. What they take is taxes, not rent. So because of this word here is why A is wrong. Letter B says her gross income is $5,460 because she did not work the entire week. Well, we don't know if she worked the entire week or not because that information is not given to us. So this part is wrong. Letter C. Her gross income was $5,460, but her net income was $6,500 because taxes were deducted. Well, if you're taking away taxes, this number should be the smaller one, and this one should be the bigger one. These numbers are flipped. Last one. Her gross income was $6,500, and that's what we said here. $6,500 is her gross income, so yes. And her net income is $5,460 because taxes were deducted. And here we have net. Yes, that is exactly what we said. The correct answer here is letter D. Why did I choose D? Because gross is always greater than net. Moving on to number 38. Number 38 says, which comparison is not true? When you have a problem like number 38, they're either going to ask you which one is true or which one is not true. And here we're looking for the one that is wrong. This requires a 4-square check where we're going to check each answer choice to see which one is the one that is right. We need to make sure that we align those decimal spots. And if we need to annex any zeros, we will. The 3 don't help us. The 3 help us know that this 3 is greater, making the first number the greatest. Yes. Next one. 6 and 875 thousandths. 6 and 9/10. I have 2 empty spots, so I need to annex 2 zeros. 6 doesn't help me. 8, 9. This one helps me know that the second one is the greatest. And that is what my symbol is showing, so that one is correct. Moving on to the next one. 2 and 65 hundredths. 2 and 675 thousandths. I need to annex a 0 there because I have an empty spot. 2, 2, 6, 6, 5, 7. The 7 is greater than the 5, making the second number the greatest. This symbol is facing the wrong way. That one is wrong. That may be my answer because I'm looking for the one that is not true. 7 and 675 thousandths and 7 and 75 hundredths. Annex a 0. 7, 7. Doesn't help me. 6, 7. The 7 is greater. The second one is the one that should be represented with the symbol, which it is. That one is right. The only one that is not true is letter H. And I chose letter H because I'm looking for the one that is not true. Moving on to number 39. It says here, an electronic book has a file of 2 4/10 megabytes. What is the file size in megabytes of 16 of these electronic books? So one book is 2 4/10, the other one is 2 4/10, the other one is 2 4/10, the other one is 2 4/10. Repetition. Each one is 2 4/10. Now you can add 2 4/10 16 times, or you can take those two numbers and multiply them. There is no action word here. What you need to do is you need to really understand what the problem is asking. Let me take that 2 4/10 and multiply it times 16. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 2, 12, 13, 14. Annex a 0. Eliminate the numbers I already used. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Now I add 4, 8, 3. I have one number behind a decimal, so my answer needs one number behind a decimal. Correct answer, letter D. What did I multiply in this problem? I multiplied because of the repetition. Each one is the same over and over again. Moving on to number 40. What digit is in the hundredths place in the number 268 and 73 thousandths? Let me go ahead and do my place value chart. I need 3 sections on this side and 3 on this side. And the place value spot that I want to find first is the ones. The ones place is the most important because from there we branch out and we figure out the rest. It's a pattern. So this is the ones place. If this is the ones place, this is 100. This is the tens. Getting ahead of myself. Tens. This side is also the tens. But this has a th, so it's the tenths. So they branch out evenly. So after the tens, now is the hundreds. It's the same on this side. It's also the hundreds, but this one has a th. And then it would be the thousands. So I have a thousands on this side, and then I have a thousands on this side. I'm going to put a th to represent the thousands, and I'm going to put a little th to represent thousandths, which is the other side of the decimal. Now I'm going to go ahead and write the number. 268 decimal 073. And I'm looking for the number that is in the hundreds, and the one that's in the hundreds is J, the 7. Why did I choose J? Because I'm looking for the one that is in the hundreds. Moving on to number 41. While cleaning his room, Paul found 7 cents on his desk, 98 cents under his bed, and $2.04 in his closet. What is the total amount of money Paul found? Important word there. Total is addition. We have 7 cents plus 98 cents plus $2.04. I'm going to combine all the cents first. So we have 7 cents plus 4 cents. 7 plus 4 is 11 cents plus the 98 cents. 8, 9, 9, 10, $1.09, and then the $1.09 needs to combine with the $2. You could have also combined the $2.04, but I noticed that a lot of you, as you were working them out, I noticed that a lot of you did this. You combine the cents and then you combine the dollars, and I like that strategy. That's why I'm going to reuse it here. 9 there, 3 there, $3.09. The correct answer here is letter B. And why did I add? I added because of the word total. Moving on to number 42. Miss Sykes paid a total of $95.40 for a 12-month magazine subscription. She paid the same amount each month. What amount did Miss Sykes pay each month? Again, I don't even know how many times this has happened over and over again in the test. We have the word each in the question that automatically tells us to divide. Additionally, she's putting the same amount in each month, equal amounts. This is division. The total goes on the inside, and the total she spent was $95.40. The 12 goes on the outside. Set it and forget it. 12. I don't need to write my multiplications of the 12s because I already have them. I have multiplications of the 12s on my grid that I did when I started off my test. 12 times nothing gives me 9. Sister subtract. Brother bring down the 5. 12 times 96 is too much, so I'm going to go down 1 to 84. So it's going to be 9 times 7. 84. Sister subtract. 1 here, 1 there, and then brother bring down the 4. 114. The closest is going to be 9. 108. Sister subtract. I can subtract 8 from 4. I need to borrow from the 1. The 1 becomes a 0, and this 4 becomes a 14. So 2, 6. And then brother bring down the 0. And then 12 times 5 gives me 60. Sister subtract. Nothing left, nothing to bring down. $7.95. $7.95. The correct answer here is letter F. Why did I divide? Very simple. Because for the 100th time, we have the word each in the question. Also, because we have putting things into same groups, equal groups. Moving on to number 43. Just by looking at this picture, I already know that this is going to be a fraction problem because I see some fractions here. Before I even read it, let me go ahead and label these fractions. I have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 out of 8. And then here I have 1 shaded out of 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here I have 1 shaded out of 1, 2. In other words, we have half. We have half. We have half. That kind of sounds like a tongue twister. Miss Allie collected notebook paper for her students at the beginning of the school year. The model is shaded to show the fraction of this notebook paper that Miss Allie used each of the 3 months. What fraction of the notebook paper Miss Allie collected was used during these 3 months? Okay, so we want to know the total amount of paper that was used. We want to know the notebook paper used. So we want to combine all the amounts that was used to find the total used. Combining and total means addition. So I'm going to add 1/8 plus 1/4. Just to start off, I'm going to add the first 2. I'm going to add 2 at a time. I cannot add these as of now because I don't have common denominators. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to ask myself, is 8 a multiple of 4? 4, 8, 12. Yes, it is. When I skip count by 4, I do say the number 8. So my common denominator is going to be 8. 8. And a common denominator of 8 for my answer. 8 times 1 gives me 8. What I did to the bottom, I must do to the top. And then 4 times 2 equals 8. What I did to the bottom, I must do to the top. 1 times 2 is 2. Now I'm just going to combine those numerators. 1 plus 2 is 3. Adding now the second or the third fraction. I can't add them as of now because they don't have common denominators. So I'm going to ask myself, is 8 a multiple of 2? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, it is. So my common denominator again is going to be 8. 8 and 8. 8 times 1 here. And 4 times 2 gives me 8. Times 4 on top. What I did to the bottom, I must do to the top. 1 times 4 is 4. Now I'm going to combine those numerators. 3 plus 4 is 7. This fraction is already in simplest terms. My answer is 7/8. My answer is B. Why did I choose B? Because I needed to find a total. I needed to add, and I made sure I found common denominators. Common denominators. My correct answer here is letter B. Moving on to number 44. Jeffra's teacher told her to complete the multiplication problem below. Which number should Jeffra put in the boxes to complete the problem? So here, what we need to do is we need to solve this problem here on the side. To figure out what goes in this box. And then we do our addition and we want that box there. Okay, so I'm going to start here. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 2 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. And then 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1 more is 19. So as of now, we know that there should be a 6 in this box right here. So in line C, there should be a 6. No. No. Yes? Yes. Okay, now we can move on. We already eliminated 2 answer choices. We have a better chance of getting this right. Moving on to the next one, I'm going to annex my 0, eliminate the numbers I already used, and now I'm going to multiply times 4. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10. And then 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. Okay, so 2 plus 0 is 2, and then 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry my 1. 10. Carry my 1. 3, 4, 5, 1. The number that is missing here in the second box here is a 4. Not an 8. A 4. The correct answer here is letter J. Why did I know? Because all I had to do was multiply to figure out the missing boxes. Moving on to number 45, which is the last question we're going to be solving in this video. It says here, an expression is given. To solve an expression, a problem that looks like this, where we have a lot of numbers, a lot of operations, we know that we have to use PEMDAS. PEMDAS. The parentheses the P stands for parentheses. That section needs to be done first. Let's see what the question asks. It says which statement is true about the parentheses in the expression. Letter A says, well, we know that the parentheses means that it should be done first. Just by knowing that, you can already eliminate 2 answer choices. The parentheses indicate that 8 plus 2 should be solved first. 8 plus 2 should be done first. Yes, that's what we need to do. That might be my answer. The parentheses indicate that 3 times 8 should be solved first. Well, the 3 and the times, the 3 and the multiplication symbol are not inside the parentheses, so we can't choose something that is not in the parentheses. So that eliminates D, making the only possible and correct answer letter A. The correct answer for number 45 is A, and the reason why I chose that is because parentheses mean that it should be done first.